2020 has been a weird year for wrestling. We saw Raw ratings dropping down to 1.5 million. But some dudes, they might have had the best years of their lives, or maybe not. So in this video, I am going to compare the Shield brothers, that is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, or now known as Jon Moxley. The points we will be comparing them on will be their title reigns, their characters, and definitely what I think about them. So without wasting any time, let's begin. Seth Rollins has been with WWE for 10 years now, and I would say 2020 can be his worst year. I personally don't like his Messiah character. I was really excited for Rollins turning heel, but his Messiah character does not entertain me much. On 20th January 2020, he along with Buddy Murphy became the Raw Tag Team Champion. This was again not a bold move, as I would have liked AOP, who were the part of his faction, to be the Tag Team Champions. He was the last entrant in this year's Royal Rumble match. He eliminated Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe was eliminated by the eventual winner Drew McIntyre. Rollins and Murphy would soon drop their Raw Tag Team Championships to the Street Profits. Rollins would then get into a rivalry with Kevin Owens. The duo had an awesome no disqualification match at WrestleMania. The match was really good and was one of my favorites of the night, but Rollins lost the match. He then started feuding with the newly crowned WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. The duo had a beautiful match, but again Rollins lost. Following this, he would get into a never-ending rivalry with the Mysterio family. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins even had an eye for eye match, which was really dumb. Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins had a great match at SummerSlam, which had a few good spots, and Rollins would win the match. Rollins and Murphy had a tag team match with Rey and Dominic as their opponents, which the latter won. The feud would not even end after they moved to SmackDown. They were still fighting for no reason at all. Rollins and Murphy would finally part their ways when Murphy joined the Mysterio family. Murphy defeated Rollins one-on-one, and Rollins sacrificed himself at Survivor Series, where he represented Team SmackDown. After that, Rollins was written off TV as he is taking break for his newly born child. So in a nutshell, I would say 2020 was not his year. His heel turn was not accepted well by his fans. He, along with Murphy holding the Raw Tag Team Championship, was completely random. His 6-month long feud with the Mysterio family did not make any sense at all. So I would definitely say that Seth Rollins had the worst year out of the three Shield brothers. Roman Reigns definitely had a better year than Rollins. At the start of the year, he was feuding with Baron Corbin. At Royal Rumble, the duo had a false count anywhere match, which Roman won. Later that night, he would be eliminated by Drew McIntyre in the men's Royal Rumble match. He would again have a steel cage match with Corbin at Super Showdown, where Reigns won again. The following week on SmackDown, Roman would challenge Goldberg for the Universal Championship. A match was set at WrestleMania, but due to the pandemic, he would pull out of the event. It was in August when he returned, and surprisingly in the best version of himself. At SummerSlam, he would attack both Fiend Bray Wyatt as well as Braun Strowman. The following week on SmackDown, he shocked the whole world as he announced himself as a Paul Heyman guy. At Payback, he would defeat both Fiend Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman to become the new Universal Champion. Roman now carried a whole new personality. Everyone was shocked by his heel nature. At the same time, Roman became interesting to watch. His promos, his in-ring work, everything improved. With Paul Heyman in his corner, he was easily loved by everyone. All his haters turned into fans. After becoming the champ, he has defended his title 4 times. Once against Braun Strowman, 2 times against Jey Uso, which also showed us how amazing Jey is. He also had an amazing tables, ladders and chairs match with Kevin Owens, where he successfully defended his Universal Championship. Overall, Roman had a fabulous year. After his return, everyone was talking about him, and his heel persona is something that everyone is currently enjoying. Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, had an amazing year as well. After leaving WWE in 2019, he signed with All Elite Wrestling, and he also wrestles for New Japan Pro Wrestling. At Wrestle Kingdom 14 2020, he had an amazing Texas death match with Lance Archer, where he was victorious and became the IWGP United States Champion for the second time in his career. He would then defend his title against Minoru Suzuki and Juice Robinson. In AEW, he would win Pac to become the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. A match was set between Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. At Revolution, Mox would pin Jericho to become the second ever AEW World Champion. At this moment, he was holding the IWGP US Championship as well as the AEW World Championship. Moxley would defend his title against Jake Hager, where he won. At Double or Nothing, he would defend his title against Mr. Brody Lee, where he again won. He would then go on to defeat Brian Cage at Fight for the Fallen. He even defeated Darby Allin at an episode of Dynamite where the title was on the line. At All Out, he defended his title successfully against MJF and handed MJF his first loss in All Elite Wrestling. At Full Gear, he would defend his title against Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match. The match was brutal, hardcore, but Moxley won successfully. Kenny Omega would then defeat Jon Moxley at Winter is Coming episode of Dynamite. Kenny became the champion in the process, and this was Moxley's only defeat in AEW and 2020. Overall, Moxley had a wonderful year, better than his Shield brother Seth Rollins. But I would say I expected this performance from Mox, but I never expected Roman to be such a great heel, so I would keep Roman on the top, followed by Moxley and then Rollins. Roman, as I said, was the most improved out of the three. Rollins' endless feud with Mysterio family made me sick, and of course Jon was just superb. So this was all for today's video. We will be back again next year comparing the Shield brothers. I hope you liked this video. Do like, do share, do subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching.